Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the JR Wisdom channel, and I am your host, JR Wisdom. And it is Hump Day. Happy Hump Day to all y'all. Wednesday, November 8th, 2017. Back in classic mode. Haven't had my fleece on in a while. For those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for a while, um, you notice I have the fleece back on. Haven't had it on for a while. It's been kind of cool outside, so I decided to throw it on real quick, and decided to get on one of these late. It's almost 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so wherever you're at, shout out to you. Like I said, I wanted to dive into certain topics. If you want to call it a late show or not, and this one in particular is about basically piggybacking off one that I did the other night, reference to the friend zone, and a lot of you gentlemen may have found yourself in a situation where you have been or you might not even consider it as such, a woman's male girlfriend. And I'm doing it a little different tonight. As you can see, I have the number in the chat under the description. If you guys have tales and you guys want to call in, you know, uh, shout out, use a jab like a boxer, huh? To keep women at a distance. Like I said, I have the in the description. I have a phone number. We're doing live tonight. First time trying this out. So if you guys have tales you want to talk about it, or for any of you ladies that's tuned in tonight, feel free to share yours. But you probably don't care, because I mean, a male girlfriend is like the best thing going. As soon as you get friend zone, so it's happened to me. But if you ever find yourself as a man in this position, which I'm going to describe, unless you just like being toyed with, how can you be a friend to someone who you were attracted to, or what's happening to you, girl? How can you be how can you be friends with someone who you were either in an intimate relationship with before, and then you just all of a sudden the conditions of the relationship has changed based upon how she saw fit, and now you are have been friend zoned and basically become her therapist, so to speak, and you're on the side, you've been sidelined or on the bench, and you have to, you're sitting back, wanting this relationship back. What's up, Too True? Wanting this relationship back that you once had, and you're thinking that by you sticking by her side in this time, you know, as the little friend, and some of you may have even asked, as you've been really close with this woman, and for fear of losing her, you try to alter the conditions and say, because she's no longer paying you attention anymore, you basically say, hey, can we be friends? You know what I'm saying? Just to make everything cool. If you guys don't mind, go ahead and hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps to promote the video. I know it's late here, late at night, and I don't. It's not too many people on. But basically, this, I just wanted to discuss this. But you guys have some men have friend zoned themselves by over pursuing, and as I said in another video, she basically has lost interest because you're over pursuing, and maybe she cannot even put her finger on it. So, because she has become distant, you try to salvage this relationship, quote unquote, that you have with her by, because she's no longer paying you any attention, saying, "Hey, can we be friends? I just, if anything, I just want to be your friend." And she gladly accepts it, or maybe she brings it up. You know what I mean? She brings it up that she just wants to be friends, and just so you can just be close to her, you accept it, and you compromise yourself as a man, and she'll call you when she gets bored, or she'll call you if she's having financial trouble, when she has a problem, or she'll call you to complain about some guy that she's involved with, and you'll happily sit there and talk to her about it. I know some of y'all probably have done it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're waiting for that chance of whoever the guy is that she's messing with to slip up. You know what I'm saying? To slip up. That way you can just slide on in there, hopefully. But she has, at that point, she really has no respect for you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Because for someone to be in, and like I said, I covered it in the video the other day. You can't be at that point and just regress back to say, okay, we're cool, still texting and all that, and then to actually sit back and be a therapist to this woman, listening to all of her issues, and you don't. There's no really benefit other than the fact that you can say I'm her friend. You know what I'm saying? A lot of men do this often. You guys, so including myself, I've done it. When I say you guys, I'm talking about myself. You'll sit on the phone and you'll talk to women for hours, when that's not what the phone is for. You're not, you should not be on the phone for hours at a time. Because a woman's going to lose interest in you by you talking to her for all this time. The phone is just like to set up a meeting with the woman. It's just like business. That's what your phone is for. It's for business at the end of the day. So it's not for you to be sitting back chatting and being her therapist, because she really develops no desire for you over the phone or through text. You know. And basically, there's nothing to really talk about once you guys meet up. So, and it shows that you really don't value your time at the end of the day, because you're sitting back talking. So once again, you become that male girlfriend that she feels comfortable enough to sit back and talk. And I think like I said, I think it all goes back down. It all boils down to that fear of losing her. That fear. And you just gotta have something is better. It's that ideology or whatever, that something is better than nothing. At least I got something going on. I should have came on here earlier, man. I waited this long. I can never do some issue like that. That's what you said, too, true. I hope you stick by that, because it's probably been a lot of men who said that same thing. I'm not saying that you're lying, but it's been a lot of men that probably said, man, I could never do that. Then they get dropped and they find themselves in that, and desperately trying to get out. But like I said before, the only thing you can do is really is walk away at that point, because the chances are slim to none of you coming out of that at this point. You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen. The respect is gone. The attraction is gone at that point. You're not being a man, or a man in terms of, leading. You're just following. You just carrying the train. What's it called? The train on her wedding dress while she goes down the aisle. That's what you're doing. What's going on in his life romance? He could well use her for conversation, just not be alone. I'll read what you said here. If a man has self-control and he has nothing else going on in his life romantically, he could as well use her for conversation, just to not be alone for the time being. What's the conversation about? Just to not be alone? Because I find it hard, and I did a video on this a while ago. uh, for someone to be a man to be attracted to a woman, and you just have a conversation. What are we talking about? I mean, as far as being friends, if we're getting at the point of being friends, you're friends with someone you're attracted to. You know, you're friends with someone you're attracted to is very difficult. You know what I mean? Situation can happen both ways. Sadly, I know from experience. Talk about your experience. We here on live tonight. I got the phone number in the description. Like I said, y'all could call in. I want to hear this experience. That's what, and I'm pretty sure everybody else, whoever's listening, wants to hear these experiences that you talking about. Santa, I don't know if you are or a man or a woman. I'm assuming. I'm trying to look at your avatar here. I don't know what that is. But what's up, little boy? Yeah, but I'm sure as a you said this can go both ways. I don't think a man's really gonna keep a female friend around that he's not attracted to for the most part. We can sit around and play board games and have a sex-free night. Yep. Yeah, right. Any man who you need to immediately absolve yourself of that situation that you find if you find yourself in that, because there's I mean, or just tuck your balls away somewhere, because you're gonna get frustrated and oh, she says she's a woman. Okay, you're a woman and you've been a man has turned you into a female homie. I'm pretty sure if you saying that y'all were still having sex though, it only makes sense. If he was doing that, y'all probably still had a sexual relationship, you know. And you can't tell me I'm lying. I mean, if he has nothing else going on and they had a friendship before intimacy, he could pass the time away by taking up her time and talking with her for the sake of not being lonely. Yeah, but it makes him look weak and looks like he doesn't value his time. You know, if he's just talking to her for conversation's sake, and I mean, no man is really needs to be sitting back. I mean, even if you don't have anything going on, you don't need to be sitting back talking on the phone, or even texting for that matter. Texting all day on the phone, talking on the phone all day. Um, with a woman, you have to be mysterious. You know what I'm saying? Let someone miss you for once. You know, has that, what is it called? Scarcity. Scarcity is creating the value. You know, that time apart, which is how so many, including myself in the past, make mistakes by making yourself. You can't make yourself too available, because that ruins the attraction. You know, and some women don't realize that, and they can't put a finger on it a lot of times when they become when they're no longer attracted to a man anymore. They can't really put their finger on it, but the issue is that he's too available and he's over pursuing and he's giving you too much attention. I never in my life got along with a woman unless disclaimer related to me. Other than that, I'm with a woman alone. I'm attracted to her. Yeah, nature's taking its course. You can't be friends. You can't be friends because it's definitely being disingenuous. That's just like you're in a relationship with a woman for a certain amount of time, or a certain amount of years. Then all of a sudden, it gets broken off, and she just want to be friends. but still wants to talk on the phone, you know, still wants to text and all that stuff. No. And if you're trying, meanwhile, it's gonna either the frustration is gonna creep in, or he's still gonna try to make his move, and she's not gonna be with it, and he's still gonna keep doing it, and he's frustrated because that intimacy he had and exclusivity, however you say it, is no longer there. So it's gonna you're gonna get frustrated. So you might as well cut it out altogether. You know what I mean? Cut it out altogether. Don't be that girlfriend. Don't be that shoulder to cry on. You know, because it's friends with no benefits, so to speak. But good tidbit. I mean, if you're content with it, I mean, try it out. Let me know. Let me know how it goes. Said he is weak. Yeah, Senta didn't want to tell her story. I'm assuming. So Laquan wasn't. You never was a male girlfriend. I take it is what you're saying. You wasn't with all that. Not the games and the plan. Tamara says you're right. That's why many men, especially these days, need. It was most men have nothing else to do with themselves. They simply can't be content being alone for the moment. It's something that has to be, you know, if, as far as purpose and value in your time, it's something that definitely has to. Some people just have to learn it over time that you can't just you can't fight attraction, you know, but you can definitely mess yourself up. It's not going to get you anywhere. I don't i don't know how many success stories from going from the male girlfriend to being the main dude uh there are out there. Like I said, if there are some, feel free to comment or call in and tell your story. I appreciate him uplifting me and teaching me new things. He is turning me into what he wants, needs. Seems like a scary situation for him because of his feelings being manipulated. Now I'm annoyed. Appreciate. Yeah, but you didn't answer my question. Do y'all have a sexual relationship? You conveniently missed that. I was just having this convo with my homie yesterday. He told me to tune in today. Okay. Shout out to your homie, whoever he is. Y'all was talking about this exact same topic, and he told you to tune in. I'm assuming that's what you're saying. I've been friends with girls with boy. I've been friends with girls with boyfriends, but I never took them home or was alone with them because I know myself. So what would have happened? I'm interested to know what you're talking about. You never took them home because of something would have happened. Turn this sound off. So you said so y'all have been sexually back to. I'm not gonna say we already know what you're talking about. So y'all do have an intimate relationship. So there you have it. So all I'm saying is I didn't know you said yes earlier. So all I'm saying is that you would not be there, or he would not keep you more than likely as his friend if if you weren't you know if you weren't sexual, if you didn't have a sexual relationship with him, he would not be doing all of that. He would not keep you around. Is basically what I'm saying. So, I mean, you're saying you're getting something out of it because he's uplifting you and teaching you new things, and he's molding you into what he wants and needs. Okay. So this is an older guy, and I'm assuming you're younger. Cause don't tell me this is a younger guy and you older. You know what I'm saying? So he's molding you into, he's teaching you the game, showing you new things. So you got you an older man that's showing you the ropes, trying to show you that's what's up. So basically he feels that you are of value to him. It's a quid pro quo situation, and he's trying to guide you in the right direction. He's trying to impute some wisdom and knowledge into you, and he's trying to mold you into the type of woman he likes. But I'm just saying, if you cut all sex out, would y'all still be? I have cut him off from that. You cut him off from sex, but he's still around. Okay, that's interesting. So I wonder if he's trying to. I wonder how long that's gonna last. I don't know how long you cut him off, or how long he's been trying to get that back. He's 3 years older. Damn. Most women that are able to control their attraction switch after intimacy have previously been promiscuous or just used the guy friend for sex in the first place until she found a replacement. I agree with what you're saying. I see what you're saying. They've been previously promiscuous, or have several, or have are very experienced in that area where they're desensitized, so to speak. But after being intimate with certain men, the feelings come back temporarily. But I guess what I've learned over the years, is that women's emotions are usually always in the moment. So that stuff can change tomorrow. It can change by the evening how she feels about you. That's why, or right after sex, she feels she's basically just drawn to you for just maybe that day or the next day. Then after that, it just goes away. He's 3 years older. You said, "Come on." Why you say, "Come on"? From what I saying about me agreeing with you, that's what you talking about, or just use the guy friend for sex in the first place until she found a replacement. Saying, "Come on" for not agreeing with you all the way. Like I said, I get what you're saying, and I think you're on to some, you're on. It's not like I disagree with you. All I'm saying is that a promiscuous woman, or a woman who's lived a promiscuous life with multiple, like you said, she's been intimate with multiple men. She eventually becomes desensitized. So yeah, that switch. She has that attraction switch when it comes to that. You know what I mean? She has that. She has that ability to just go cold and cut, anyone off. You know. But I think the emotions. So I've been told the emotions comes in if there was a man that she did happen to be attracted to. That's why, you know, she's back in her feelings after she is. Excuse me. After she is intimate with a certain man. You know. But like I said, all of these feelings are pretty much all temporary. They shift day to day and all that stuff like that. So that's the nature of that. That's what. Oh, okay. That's what you were trying. I mean, I got what you were trying to say. I agree with what you're saying. You know, what movie was that I was watching where my man was like, she's old girl said something, and dude was like, whores have no feelings or some shit like that he was saying. I forgot what movie. I was thinking about that earlier, and I was trying to remember what movie it was. And the guy, the woman said something to him in the movie about her feelings or whatever. She's hurt, and he was like, "Whores have no feelings" or something like that. And I was like, "This is funny as hell." They turn into what they have been treated like. Is that so? That's how it works. They turn into what they have been treated like. I guess so. They gonna live their life. They gonna live the rest of their life like that. Yeah, yeah. That's what he said, man, in the movie. I'm trying to remember what movie it was that dude said that. So they turn into what they've been treated like. So if they treated like a hoe in their 50s, they still gonna act like that. I don't know what movie it is, man. It'll probably come to me when I wake up tomorrow or something like that. I just can't call it right now. You know. How long have I been on here? Almost 30 minutes. Yeah, we nearing not trying to be on here too much longer. I think they have feelings. I think they have feelings. Women are still, regardless. I think they have feelings. Women are still, regardless of sexual nature, still human. Yeah, I'm not saying that. That's just what the guy said in the movie. You know, all humans have feelings, but you got some people that's cold hearted, and like she said earlier, I think Tamara said earlier, if you've been living this lifestyle, it's much easier if you've been living a promiscuous lifestyle or dealing with multiple partners or dealing with multiple breakups, whatever relationships. You become desensitized to these things. Dealing with multiple intimate relationships in and out, you become desensitized, so it becomes easy to cut someone off or use someone or do whatever it is that you do just to get past, you know, just to get out of things, and don't care about it. But like I say, you gotta watch what you do, especially with some people, because some folks are violent, and then there's always karma, or you wonder why uh, certain things happen to you in life by the way you treat people, by the way you're treating people, you know. And basically, at the end of the day, you're never really going to have a happy life living like that, you know. Or can you even say that you've ever had a successful relationship? When we're talking about things like that, have you really had a successful relationship? Or do you even know what a successful relationship is? So I mean, sex, but it depends on the psychosis of the woman. Clue meaning the fact of her whoring. Sex, like everything else in life, is psychological. It's psychological. I feel you, man. All this stuff. All I'm trying to say is, man, we get it. Damn, why people be like disliking my videos? I just want to let you know, disliking my video does not it's not gonna really hurt anything, and it's not like I have like 100 or thousands of people viewing my video anyway. But it's like the past few videos, it's been somebody, for the most part, and I'm pretty sure it's the same person that's hitting the dislike button. You know what I'm saying? I got an idea who it is, and I think she deals with, I think her main squeeze is a stud. So she switched sides, and now her main squeeze is a stud. So I think that's the one that be disliking my videos. Right, bro. Most women like that haven't had a successful relationship. I was talking to I was criticized about, certain things. Is this woman I was talking to. And it's just like she would say certain things and I'm just looking at it like, okay, how many successful relationships have you had? You know, and you look at the dynamic of this person's family, and for this person to actually, whoever it is, it could be anybody, to actually come out of their mouth and say certain things about people or about how somebody is, um, how another person is, or how another person is in relationships, when this other person themselves hasn't even had a successful relationship and doesn't even know what a successful relationship looks like. He said there's a place in hell for people hating on this channel. Oh my goodness, man, that's comedy, man. I don't know, like it's not because it's late. I'm like I figured there'd be more people on here tonight, man. But like I said, it's about the after what comes after this. You know what I mean? It's about what comes after this. But it's comedy. He said there's a special place in hell for people hating on this channel. Bitterness plays a part for many women. Where is bitterness going to get you in life? That is the question. Where is bitterness going to get you and your kids in life? And that's the next question. It's not going to get you anywhere, man. And when you do get up in age, become a middle-aged woman, it's still not going to get you anywhere. But we got off this from the male girlfriend aspect. I think it just what basically it screams is that you don't really have when you submit yourself to that, you have no value for yourself. It shows that you're not of value. You don't value your time, and you'll do anything to please as a pleaser by the dynamic of your previous relationship, or by you trying to, instead of being mode one and direct and saying what it is that you actually want, that I desire a romantic relationship, you're willing to try and go an alternate route by being being a friend, being friendly and all that stuff like that, and be the male girlfriend, listening to all this stuff, giving her advice on her relationships and stuff like that. That's all this stuff at the end of the day is what you see in the movies. You know, it's not real life. And it happens in real life, but the thought process of you thinking that this is going to lead you to, green pastures, no. You said a repeated cycle of unhappiness and being lonely. You're talking about as far as who? The women, like what I was talking about earlier, being bitter. Oh, is a repeated cycle of unhappiness and being lonely. Indeed, you've seen many people in life going that route, and it was sad in the end for them. Mm. Yeah, but anyway, man. I've been on here too long talking about it. I thought I'm gonna have to come up with some different topics, man. So it could be, you know, or either get on here earlier to get the call in thing going right. Because this, I guess, not too many people got experiences in this. So with that being said, man, shout out to everybody. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you appreciate the content, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up. Keep it coming. Make sure you check out all the links in the description. And if you feel that this content has been of value, make sure you guys leave a donation in the well of wisdom. 10 cents, $20, $30, $500, $1,000, whatever, man. It doesn't matter. Whatever makes you feel good, and we're gonna rock it like that. You guys have a good night, and I'll catch you guys on the next live stream. Peace be upon you all in the mercy and blessings of the Almighty. Um, and remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. And I'm reading these people all of a sudden get so caught up in life itself, forget the most important things about life itself because of it. So thinks this way. Masculine trait is being overpowered by a feminine trait. Yeah. He's in his feminine by doing that, But yeah, I'm out. Peace.